I'm Kent Eller. I'm the Chief Medical Officer at Telecare. I've been at Telecare for 6 years. I was born and raised in Southern Illinois. Actually, my grandparents had a farm, and I spent a good amount of my time on the farm. My first job was bucking bales, which is where you're walking behind a tractor and throwing bales of hay up on to the wagon. I was actually the first person in my family to ever go to college. I planned to be a studio art major. So I'm here doing studio art, thinking I'm so bohemian, and then I realized this is really not going to get me very far in life. I'd taken a biology class, and some friends were actually getting ready to go to medical school. And I thought, you know what, let me try that. So I took the MCAT, that's that medical college admissions test, and I did well. I don't know how I did so well, so I got accepted into medical school. I originally thought I was going to be a pediatrician. When I was at home in college, my mother ran a daycare center out of the home. So I was up to my elbows with babies, doing this pediatrician thing, thinking I'm going down that career path. And I thought, I don't think I like kids that much. So I realized I need to make a change, right? What was appealing is that, you don't just work with the child, but you're working with the family. And I liked that. Now, I just also happened to volunteer at hospice while I was in medical school. I was exposed to oncology through my volunteer work. That was kind of setting the foundation for where I'd finally end up being. I decided I wanted to be a psychiatrist because I thought no other illness has an impact on a person's life more than mental illness. So I go off to my residency training in Burlington, Vermont. I still had that interest in oncology, and so I decided at the end of my residency training I would go do a fellowship in psycho-oncology. And so that was at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York. I then went ahead and decided to be a psychiatrist. I was doing adult psychiatry. People with mental illness have impairments across their entire lives. And so it's just not a disease and you treat the disease process, but you recognize that by nature of the illness, it affects a person's ability to go to school or to work. It affects their ability to maintain healthy relationships. Sometimes it affects their ability to even stay out in the community. So my goal as a physician was to work with people who had all those complex needs, and it's so rewarding that you could actually help people get back on track and reconnect and do the things that they want to do. And then ultimately, when I was in Arizona, which is where I was before I came to Telecare, I had worked within that system and actually began the process of going up through medical leadership. So initially I was just like a medical director of a program, and then later became a regional medical director, and then ultimately became a chief medical officer. The most important thing that I do is I try to make sure that we are providing high quality care to the people that we serve.